So we left off with number 10. Why do we care about domain and range? Well, one reason is to understand a relation better. And there's another reason, because some numbers don't work in some relations. I will give you an example. Let's say you had this, y equals 1 over x. Or we can make it more interesting. Let's say you had a $200 hotel room, and you wanted to split it among x people. And you want to know the resulting cost per person. So y equals what?
200 over x.
Very good. 200 over x. This function or relation does not have an unlimited domain. What doesn't work here? Shout it out. 0. Okay? Things like that matter, especially if you're writing a computer program that computes the cost per person. If the computer inserts a 0 in for x, which it might do, it will crash the program. The app will quit. So just one reason why these things are important. Next, what does function notation look like? I think some of you know already. You have a letter, usually, like F. You have an open parenthesis, and then another letter, usually. And there could be multiple letters inside here separated by commas, but for right now, we'll stick with one variable functions. Don't blame me. I didn't choose this notation. I understand it can be confusing. There's no way to know if this means multiplication or if it means function notation. Like we teach you that if you have a letter followed by open paren, followed by something else, that means multiplication. In this case, it's not. So we have to be clear. This is usually read as f of x, meaning that there's this function f, and it depends on, or in other words, is a function of x. X is the independent variable. And let me see if I can find an example. Helps to bookmark these things. This is one of those times when I'm just unlucky. Usually I find it in like 3 turns. Aha! Never give up. Here's an example of a function or function notation. So I've got this function, e sub y, and it depends on, or it is a function of 3 variables, x, y, and z. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be just one. Good. So you need to understand function notation to understand the things that happen later in mathematics and also in science. Okay, somebody give me a function. Shout it out.
2x plus 2.
2x plus 2, thank you very much. So let's find f of 2, or f at 2. Jordan, do you know how to do that?
Yeah. 2 times 2 plus 2
Mm-hmm.
is 6.
So if you can substitute, you can evaluate functions or find things like f of 2. Your independent variable here is x. What this means is everywhere you see x in the function definition, You replace it with that thing. It doesn't matter what it is. You replace it with that thing. So the value of this function at x equals 2 is 6. Okay? Any questions on 10, 11, 12?